If you're enjoying the Trees and Lines podcast, please head over to our Trees and Lines LinkedIn page and give us a follow. Thanks. Welcome to another episode of Trees and Lines here at the Trees and Utilities Conference. Our guest now is Craig Kelly.
Welcome.
And
thank you.
Craig, what's the title? I memorized it before I started talking, but it's gone.
Oh, my title.
Yeah, your title.
I'm a principal land consultant with PG&E.
Okay. And Craig's an unusual individual in that, unique individual. Sorry about that.
Many ways.
Unusual too, but unique in that he's
like, I'll take it.
Third round of leadership on the UAA board. So congratulations for being elected again.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, congrats. Actually, I really enjoyed, this is my third conference. By the way, amazing. I think this is one of the best industry conferences I've ever been to. And I know you guys are a big part of that. I know you're a big part of that. I thought you did a great job today at the award ceremony. Obviously, you've been involved with the UAA for a long time, right? You also have, your day job, right? And, you work at PG&E, obviously big responsibility, lots to get done. So how do you balance it? Because you didn't strike me as somebody up there when you were speaking as somebody who takes any responsibility he takes on lightly. You're clearly very, very involved, very committed. So how do you make the time?
There's 48 hours in a day, right?
Right.
I think it's where I'm at right now in my career. I think it's a little bit easier that I can focus on my day job.
Yep.
Get those tasks done.
Yep.
And then be able to take some time and focus on the UAA and the organization and its members.
Yep.
It's not easy, but it takes a little bit of organizational expertise to be able to say, I need to cut out an hour of my day-to-day job.
Yep.
But that means that I need to put in another hour later on after I'm doing whatever I've committed to for the UAA.
Right.
It's sometimes it's hard, but a lot of times it's pretty easy.
So, Craig, how many members did we have when you became president?
Boy. So in 2014, I was elected vice president. We had 2,300 members.
Okay.
And Phil at the time was the executive director and charged me with, let's increase the membership.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that it was me.
Yeah.
I had, for the 3 years that I was in that role, I had some influence, and we did start to increase. And now we're looking at, 6,800 members.
Oh, wow, we tripled. Yeah, it's been, obviously you have record numbers here in Fort Worth. It's been great. I can tell, this is a draw for everyone in the industry. I don't care who you are. I see senior executives here. I see people that are delivering work here. I see people that are introducing new technologies. The forum and how it's structured is very efficient to allow people to interact and engage. It's big, but not overwhelming. It's still very functional. I don't know how you guys have figured that out logistically, but it sounds like there's a lot of work that goes into optimizing this so that it does feel big but small.
So Craig was really instrumental in getting this started, because this conference, or our participation, was in a bigger conference.
Okay.
Embedded in it that you didn't really know we were there.
Oh, is that right? Is that how that originated?
It did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then we decided during Craig's tenure, one way or another, we decided that it was time to UAA stand up, manage itself, and then in time have its own conference. And
okay.
So that really started it all rolling.
Well, in 2017 is when we brought back Trees and Utilities, because at one point it was happening years before. But we decided that for the betterment and the betterment of the organization and to benefit our members was to bring back Trees and Utilities and see if it worked.
Yep.
Ever since 2017, it's just one year after the next is additional attendees.
Yep.
And, like I had mentioned, in the award ceremony, 350 attendees in 2017, and you're looking at over, north of 1,200 attendees today.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's quite an impressive jump. I thought the award ceremony was very interesting. Like, the recognition of people that are moving the needle in the space and in the various segments, right? Whether it's safety or education, I think is a real. It's a great call out, but it's also a great incentive for people to get involved and have a shot at some of that stuff. I think it's great that you guys do that. Yeah.
Why do members want to be members? Why do the executives want to be a member? Or why does a manager want to be? And there's a number of reasons. I look at it that the UAA designs its membership strategies around what those reasons are.
Yep.
And by design, we're focused on making sure the member knows and feels or believes in the mission and the vision.
Yep.
Right. And then when they do that, when they have that feeling and they believe in it, they're going to engage.
Yeah.
Right. And when you have these events, these social events like Trees and Utilities or a safety summit or a manager summit, you're bringing these people in, and it's the social event, the social benefit that they get out of it, because they're able to interact with their colleagues that have the same interests that they have.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
And you see it at the floor or on the floor today, is that it wasn't this big even last year.
Right.
I mean, it was proof to me yesterday when you couldn't find a table to sit at lunch.
Yeah.
That because of all the vendors that have come here on the floor, we couldn't put enough tables in here for lunch, so everybody's kind of scattered out. It just shows to me how many people are interested in the organization and the industry.
Yeah.
So tell us, you personally, I mean, what are you going on? You'll be 10 years in leadership when you finish this term?
When I finish this term, it'll be 10 years in UAA leadership.
So what do you personally, why did you decide to do it and do it again and take the punishment again? After the first one.
Again.
That first year when he was president, man, that was some stressful times.
We had some stressful times that first year.
I can't believe you signed up again.
It was every Friday, Phil and I would get a dissertation and an email about what we're doing wrong.
Oh boy.
And it was like, we're doing things right, and apparently we're doing things right.
Yeah,
right?
Something worked.
Why did I come back, and what did I have this, it might be obvious, but I have a passion in the industry. I have a passion for the people.
Oh yeah, we see it.
And you had mentioned some of the awardees and people, it might inspire people to want to do or become, one of those people that get an award.
Yeah, sure.
I look at it to where the people is the big winner for me. Yeah. I come back because of the people. I've made extensive friendships and fostering these friendships and relationships over the past. Well, I've been in the UAA for almost 20 years, and I have many mentors that people that I consider mentors that have not only dragged me along the way, right, but really pointed me in the right direction and put me on the right path and said, this is a place that you might want to go. And I just want to pay that forward.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it. I know you're not necessarily serving as the president, but the way I think about the way your organization is set up is it's the leadership. So with Matt coming in, who I know has ambition and wants to have a big impact, along with Matt and the rest of the leadership team, what are some of the things that you hope continues to happen over the next 3 to 5 years for the UAA? Obviously continued growth, but what are some, maybe 1 or 2 specific things that you want to see more of?
Recently, we've had some discussions with the board on, strategic planning and where is it that we want to be and what do we want to do. We live in a world of convenience.
Of course.
So how do we do that, right? Yeah. And so one of those things is, it might be doing more digital work. in terms of, hey, these items are offered to you in a digital format. It's not only a challenge, or it's a challenge, but it's also one of those desires that we need to do.
Yeah.
That we're focused on. Another place that I look at the board and I look at the people on the board is that they're well groomed, they're well directed. They've been in leadership roles before. I continue to see growth in membership. I can continue to see growth in professional development, and that's another area that we're really focused on.
Okay.
And outreach, and trying to pull in, and this is a challenge for the UAA, trying to build that circle of friends.
Yeah.
Bring in more people from different aspects of right-of-way management, whether it's pipeline, roadway, railway.
Oh, interesting.
Bring those people into this organization, because I think, Phil, we talked a number of years ago that it's not necessarily poles and wire management.
No,
it's right-of-way management, right? And that's what our industry is. And so doing that outreach, pulling those people in is one of the goals for the UAA.
Oh, that's a really good one. I think that expanding the touch and the outreach and building a more inclusive community of people that actually belong in here. They just don't know that they belong here.
Right.
Oh, that's very fascinating. Oh, interesting. Continued success, and continue to have the impact that you're having, and thank you for carving out some of your time of your busy 48-hour per day schedule for us. But we really appreciate the time, Craig. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
This was fantastic.
Craig, I heard you say the word mentor several times, and the reason is because you're a mentor. I think you have that same attitude. You're a mentor.
It's pay it forward.
Yeah.
I've had a few mentors in my career, and two of which are no longer with us, and they were industry icons.
Yep.
Nelson Money and Will Nutter.
Yep.
And I to this day I follow in their footsteps, and I want to be able to pay it forward to those younger professionals, because I was given that opportunity by a handful of special people.
Yes.
And I feel it important to be able to do that with other people.
Well, everything I learned about you, everything I've heard about you, everything I've seen, I feel like you're very on brand.
Well, I appreciate that.
So well done. And again, it was a pleasure sitting down with you, and we should do this again too.
You as well.
Okay.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
That's it for this episode of Trees and Lines, brought to you by Iapetus Holdings. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. If you have any questions or comments on any of our episodes or ideas for topics or guests, we'd love to hear from you. Please contact us at treesandlines@iapetusllc.com. We'll chat with you soon.